This is a charms read for Kristen. Just one pinch. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on with that? This is a huge pinch, and it's coming up very tight. Like this is one of the tightest throws I've ever seen on the pinch. So we're going to go down for Kristen for the pinch and see what's going on here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hopefully that'll work so you can see. Okay. Major league things going on here. So what is the big reward is what you need to be pursuing. There's all kinds of things from the other side influencing, the air element influencing here with the wing and with the dragon. It's fire and air coming through together. There's inspiration and knowledge, inspiration and knowledge, inspiration and knowledge. The big bribe going through. There's messages coming forward. This feels like a message coming in a month. I don't know what this is about. And a destination. Now this is the Eiffel Tower. We just saw this a while ago and it felt like vacation. This feels like destination, and this feels like about a goal, an inspirational goal, a message about an inspirational goal coming through. There's something about the divine feminine on delay, and there's a rebalancing coming in here. This rebalancing is finding the strength, the lemniscate, the balance with infinity. Getting your color back is something important. There's something that feels like very pasty. When you get these two coming in together, and there needs to be more sun on this, there's something that you have been doing that has left you pale, pasty. Like if I don't get enough sleep, I look so white that I look like I'm really, really ill. So if I'm short on sleep, I look even pastier. And it feels like you're not doing something where you need to get your color restored, where you need to get your balance back on this. This is what it feels like. Now the things you're attached to, this is key. What are you attaching yourself to energetically? And then there needs to be some wisdom. Again, this is asking you to look for and listen for the birds. And this is particularly, the birds are the messengers, and this is messengers coming in June is what it feels like. The key is something that's coming through that's going to look a little different than what you expect it to look and what you're attached to. This is attachment when you're screwed to something very strongly. And this is literally, I put a screw in with my charms. And then this is knowledge that's upside down knowledge. It doesn't make sense yet. In Tarot land, this is having the feeling of the hanged man coming through. And then there's something that needs to come through and harmonize. Some of this, you can only be responsible for one part of the harmony. If you're listening to something, whether it's 3-part harmony or a barbershop quartet or whatever, that's more than one person participating. This is so tightly in here. So tight. I don't recall seeing a charm spread that came through with this much in it, this tight. This is a pivotal part of time, a pivotal month for you going forward. Let's see what else is going on with this. We're going into Astral Matrix. I want to see a few cards from here. Just give me a second. I want one side and the other. So I want about right here and about a month from now. That's what we're looking for. Look at this. Holy cow. It just doesn't get any louder than that. I mean, look. Look, you can see the lemniscate here, this whole charm. That's exactly what it is. This is the balance. This is what's going on. You're learning to balance. This is the beginning point. You're learning it. It's going to feel weird for a month. This is sometimes people have it energetically, robbing Peter to pay Paul or balancing gas and groceries. It feels like things need to be juggled. And there is a struggle to do so right now. Be aware of your time and where you're putting your priorities. Uncover your ass, sweetie pie. This is what you are learning. Wisdom to cover your ass. You're getting too drained. It's why the color is weak. You need the color back to you. Anything else? Right here. Yeah. This feels like September energy coming in. And this is when things are sitting pretty. It's going to be a long summer if you don't put boundaries into play. There's boundaries that need to be in place, and you need to do it fairly soon. You don't need to be doing for everybody and their dog. And, when summer hits and the kids are out of school and you just find yourself run ragged as a mom, some people have been there, some people not. That's the analogy I'm getting. But you don't need to run yourself ragged, whether it's for your kids or anybody else. You're running too fast. You're pushing too hard. You need to slow it down. You're always struggling, juggling, struggling. Slow it down. Do what's important to you. Travel more lightly. Take care of you. Don't let people rip you off or take your time or take your energy. Don't buy into other people's belief systems. Find your own and hold true to them. That's what's going on. That's what's trying to come through. That's what's helping harmonize. And by September, it's coming in balance. That's what's coming through for you. That's a wild one, but that's what it is. It's learning to understand and honor the divine feminine, be receptive to what you need. There's this phrase on this picture, and I saw it, and it's so good, and it's like something along the lines of, and now I'll do what's best for me. And the implication is 12-12 on the sign, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. When I see 12-12, and that's happened more than once, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's what the clock time is. That's the message there. But when you do what's best for you, and now I'll do what's best for me, it implies, or there's something about that phrasing to me, of somebody caretaking for everybody else and their damn dog and putting themselves last priority. And that needs flipped. Okay? That's what I've got for you. Wow. That was fully loaded, tightly packed. Boom. And yeah, and this feels like that we saw now through to June, and then this element of this thematic thing through summer for you is what it feels like we're getting there. So that's what we got. All right. Carol Ann for a mini. So, okay, let's do that. Just 1 second. We'll throw these back into the decks over here. Throw this to the side. And Carol Ann for a mini. And does Carol Ann have a question? If you've got a question, type it. I'm going to get some water. And if not, we'll just go into the mini and see what's cooking. I swear I just saw it. Hang on. I want a certain deck for you. All right. It's over here. I see it. You know, you'd think with 70 tarot decks on my desk that I would always have whatever it was that I wanted to have or wanted to see. Not the case. So we have the Wanderer's Tarot coming in for you. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous one. So Carol Ann for a mini. Finances or anything that's cooking. All right, let's take a look. Wow. Okay, we're getting an arrow going this way. So let me see if I can show you. Like this. That's how the spread is going to go. So what's the destination? So if you see the silver tips of the chopsticks here, yeah, what's the destination? That's what we're seeing here. And then we'll fill it in. Sometimes it comes in like a flock of geese and the lead goose. Lead goose? Yeah, the lead goose. The goose that takes the lead and then flies up from the back. That's what's coming in for the spread, for the layout of the spread. So let's see what's going on. Carol Ann, finances. And it feels like we're looking at roughly the next 3 months. If it extends beyond that, I'll let you know if I'm seeing anything further than that. But that feels like the right parameters. Fool's New Start. All right, we're going to go right there. Hopefully you can see Fool's New Start here. Flipping this down. Okay, we feel like we've got subconscious and conscious going on in these ones, and it's not just about the timestamp going on, but this is what we feel. There's a new start that wants to come in. This is where the 3 months are coming in. The 3 months feel like 4. I thought that we might have 3 cards in here. We have 4 on each. What that tells me is that you're having to power pack these next few months. So if your goal is to save money, you want to be extra thrifty. If the goal is to plan a new destination that you're going to, you want to be extra well researched on it. Whatever it is, you're getting 4 months worth of lessons in a 3 month time. So you're going to have busy of the mind, busy of the heart, and busy of what's going on in the daily grind. 4 months combined into a 3 month time. So if we think of the year in seasons, we have seasons, right? And sometimes they shift, but it feels like fall is slamming in a little bit hard and a little bit early. Almost like the September energy wants to come in early. Don't know what that's about. Okay, we're going to look down and see what's going on with these. Subconsciously, you feel like you've been standing strong already, doing the guardrails, building something up, building up the defense, building up the defense. The card here is about resilience, standing strong. Usually this is shown as the wounded soldier. She's not wounded, but she has to hold her boundary. That's really, really hard. Queen of Wands here, something about being territorial here. This is subconsciously. Hangman, a shift of perspective right here. And death and transformation before you get the full start. This is all the subconscious stuff going on. What's going on here? Consciously. Now this is major, major. It's more broad, overarching. These are the universal big life lessons that come in. This is when we see the minor arcana, this is more the daily grind coming in. So this feels like the daily grind. These feel like the major lessons. Daily grind, major lessons. Subconsciously, this is what you're aware of. Consciously, leaving the rough waters for smooth. And this one is having to power some of their own leaving. This is whatever it is that you're leaving behind that has been the harsh situation. And for some, it's relationships. For some, it's changing jobs. For some, it's just changing what you're doing with your time, your resources, all that. You're having to leave the harshness behind. There's something that has been too demanding. And I'm telling you, you have 4 months coming at once. It feels like it's still a lot on your plate, a lot of pressure on you. But there needs to be a little bit of release if you want to move forward. The steam needs to be released in order to power the boat forward. If you're thinking like old school steam engines, like the trains, and you hear the ch-ch-ch, and then they go forward, this steam needs released. There needs to be a time where you can blow off steam, a time where you can relax, a time where you can unwind, and then dive right back into it. This is what's going to help balance. You can't just have always, nobody drives through any kind of city at 90 miles an hour on every damn street. You'd crash your car in about 10 seconds because some other idiot wouldn't be looking and boom, crash. You're pushing too hard, even though much is coming at you, you got to slow it down. You can't just have it coming at you. You got to slow it down. This is going to allow the release of the extra pressure, release of the extra steam. You know when everybody and their damn dog wants something from you in one day, and finally by the end of the day, you're just Betty bitch because you've just had too much? This feels like if you don't release the steam, you're just going to be Tyrannosaurus bitch, and it's not going to serve you. So let's just shift this a little. Make sure you get some time to yourself at the beginning of the day, and make sure you get some time to yourself at the end of the day, because you're going to get a lot coming at you throughout those days. All right, back down to the cards. What else is going on? There's going to be a lot of financial demand. You're going to have to prioritize. And you asked about finances before, and none of these are coming through as the coins, but what I'm getting is there is financial demand. This is it. You're wanting to do everything all at once, and you just can't. You're going to have to prioritize. You're going to have to release and let go of some of this either demand, or you're going to have to prioritize what needs handled first. You cannot achieve it all. As much as you would like to achieve it all, you can't do it all at once. That's what's coming through here. The strength is asking for the balance. The strength is giving me echoes of the Two of Coins. We saw that recently, where there's a balance of these coins, a balance. And it feels like, yeah, for about a month and a half, there's going to be juggling that feels pretty intense. So you're going to have to figure it out. Prioritize. Some things are going to just have to fucking wait. Some things are going to have to be totally redesigned, reconfigured. So if you had like a big ambitious vacation plan, maybe this is the one where you change your destination. You change where it is you're going, but you're going to have to shift your expectation. Here, subconsciously, you already know this. Page of Wands wants to explore, wants to go do things. You can still have the adventure. You can still do things. But if you're taking the metaphor of the vacation, maybe you're not going to do as big and extravagant. Maybe you're going to scale that back somehow. It feels like that is important, not just for the financial reason, which is coming in, the strength is coming in like the Two of Coins, but so you can pay attention to your more subtle energies and your subtle energetic body. So you can pay more attention to your own physical, mental, emotional resources, so you're not burnt out, so it's not so harsh on you. The strength is in learning how to do it gentler, going towards the peaceful waters instead of just busy. There's the strength in that. Knight of Wands wants to go forward, but this horse is really reined in. And this one is looking like it's seeing the battlefield after the battle has been trashed out and tired. You know when, okay, yeah. We're getting the metaphor of the party house that's totally demolished and destroyed. And then the parents come home and they see it and it's like, oh my gosh, what's happened here? You're getting this guy seeing the battlefield and everything has been annihilated. It doesn't have to look like that. Instead, you can slow it down and then you can navigate the field a little differently. Then you get the new start coming in later. Now let's see what else is going on. Same deck, second deck. What's going on in the middle of this? I'm getting June, July, August, September. And this is feeling like August, September here. So let's just see what the cards are going to show us. So 1 second. Okay, June, July, August, September. Okay, we got the Four of Swords. This is saying rest and retreat. This is saying take care of yourself. This is pulling it back in. It's like these ones feel like commanders and army generals and all of this, like trying to make their plan of attack, their battle plan, right? And it doesn't need to be so intense, is what I'm getting. It needs to be scaled back, brought down to something that's a little bit more manageable. And there needs to be time for yourself to retreat. Five of Cups, mourning a loss. This is something where there's disappointment. So June, July, August, September, July. The disappointment of not being able to do what it is that's the big, huge, epic adventure. It's going to be okay. The loss of this needs to shift. There's 2 cups still remaining. You can do something with what you've got, and this is what you're being asked to do. It's going to be more rewarding for you. Then this is asking for clear planning. In August, this is the King of Swords. Now, typically he comes in with a timestamp of 3 months, but this is just coming in as more strategic planning. Being more strategic in how you want to see the rest of the year play out is what I'm getting from here. More strategic planning. It's not giving me a narrow timestamp, even though it's the month of August. It's saying strategic planning, considering others, strategic planning. Then we've got August, September here with the Fool and the Page of Cups coming in for September. Now the Page of Cups coming in is September. This is where something becomes a surprise. This is where you go to something, you get a creative surprise. You get the stinky fish tea, you get the fish and not just the water. It's like, what is this doing here? You may not have even wanted that. You just wanted the water. But actually you're getting something more substantial to work with. Let's see what else is coming in on this. Clarify the Fool, because this is August, September. Okay, these 3 want to come. It's 3, 4, whatever it is. I don't know. We're going to take a look. Okay. What we've got is the Lovers, the Hermit, the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords. Huge, 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 huge. So the choices of the heart and what really is the desire of the heart needs to matter the most. There is a time where you're going to have a deeper lesson. Now, this sometimes is the dark night of the soul, and it feels like you're going to be approaching the dark night of the soul or the big spiritual lessons that are tricky, the sacrifices that need to be made, these kinds of things that come up in this. The Hanged Man is the willing sacrifice in order to transform something. And if you go in the order of the major arcana, this guy sits in the middle here. The choice of the heart is going to change. The 9 and 10 of Swords, the worry and the anxiety, and then something coming to its end and time to move on. Now let's go to this deck one more time and see what else is going on. 5 of Cups. Yeah. 5 of Cups is about loss and grief, sorrow and sadness, and this is when you need to pivot. Anything else? Yeah. Okay, all right. Hang on. I want all 3 of these. 4 of these. 4 of Swords. Again, this guy is coming through. So you've got this and this. This coming up so big for you right now. You need to retreat, take care of yourself, do what it is that you can make sure that you are squared away and taken care of, and not be lost in this space of wallowing and grieving. That keeps you stuck. Devil's here. And this is like, you really need to be strongly aware that you don't get locked into the past and the way you thought it should go versus what it needs to be. The Emperor and the 9 of Cups and then the Ace of Cups coming through. This is down the track. This feels further down the track this year. Let me scooch these. This feels further down the track this year. This feels like past and post September. Setting up new rules, setting up new structures. This is the one that protects and provides for the realm by setting up something new. A contentment that comes in. This is the Wish card and satisfaction and a brand new start. Now you got the stinky fish tea where the Page of Cups goes into the water and gets more than he bargained for. And this is the new start that comes in. This is August, September, the new start. It feels like summer's going to be tight financially. It feels like the tightness of summer isn't going to be the end of the world, but it does feel like it's going to be tight. And it feels like by fall, it's going to start mellowing out. It feels like there needs to be a reassessment of how it's going to go for you, a reassessment of what your plans are. So whatever you may have planned, say you plan to go to Australia or go to New York or go to wherever for vacation, and you're getting that, yeah, that this might not be the year for it. It doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. It just means that you're going to have to recalibrate your plan and think of it from a different point of view and scale it back, bring it in for this particular summer and season. And then by the time you get August, September rolling around, you can feel more comfortable in how things are going, more at ease, and the kingdom will be set up differently. The structures will be set up differently. That's what I've got. That's what comes through on that. I wish I could say it feels like you're winning the lottery, blah, 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 blah. It feels like it's going to be a little bit of, you need to manage it. Yeah, manage it well. This is what's coming through. It's about managing expectations, about managing dreams, about recalibrating and making it go a little bit different than what you were. No, you were planning to slow and steady, and this confirmed it. Yeah, yeah. And it doesn't mean you can't have the big dreams and the bigger plans later down the track, but it just means right now, being frugal, being conservative, conserving your energy is a wise course for you right now. That's what I'm getting. All right, that's complete. Hey there, Emily, good to see you. So that's what's going on. And I think that that's good. Are we caught up, Kim? I think we're caught up. Let me know if we are. Okay. The list is clear. Okay. All right. So I can stick around for a little bit more. If you've got a question, if you get a paid read coming in. If not, maybe I'll go down and get some lunch and figure out what I need to figure on there. But that's what's going on. Do I have any fabulous new decks to show off? I don't know. You guys have seen the ones. I don't know. If there's one that you want to see, or if you want to see me, if you wonder if I've had it and you want to see if I've got it, I'll show it and share it. No problem. So that's what's going on. Is there anything else going on? Gosh, I can't think of anything really, really major. I'm excited that Phil's going to be home today, and that'll be fabulous to see him again. So that'll be great. But other than that, it's just kind of the same old, same old, same old. So that, yeah, yay, indeed. So that'll be a good thing. I'm excited to see him. So sometimes we get to connect a lot when he's on the road, and other times it's like hit and miss, hit and miss. And yesterday I went and saw my friend Laura, and we got caught up, but it felt very hit and miss, and I didn't feel like I got to connect with Phil as much as I wanted to. So it's like, all right, this is how it goes sometimes. So, but if that's all that's going on, then maybe I will have some lunch, and maybe I'll talk to Phil. Maybe it's 50-50. I don't know if he'll want to be on Friday or not, but if I can talk him into a show, maybe we'll do a show on Friday. We'll see. We'll see. So that's what I'm thinking. So for now, probably I will go grab some lunch, grab a bite to eat, and let you guys go for now. And then I'll come back and see what's going on. Maybe later this week, maybe Friday. Hey, Janet. Hi. Good to see you. And that looks like Jeanette, not Janet. But good to see you, honey. So I think I'm going to say goodbye for now. And we will see you. If I'm not on with Phil on Friday, then it'll probably be Monday at 11. So next Monday. So that's the plan. So, okay, guys. See you later.